It's the Resilient Jenkins update you've all been waiting for. Hey everybody, if you're new here, make sure you like and subscribe so you can stay up to date on all things internet drama. And if you're a returning subscriber, make sure you click that notification bell so you never miss a video. In today's video, we're taking a look at the Resilient Jenkins and some controversies that Stephanie's got herself into once again. But none of that matters because in this first clip, Stephanie's telling us all about the fact that when she takes her kids to school, they're not late.
Just want to point out that when mom takes them to school, they're on time. That's all I'm going to say about that.
In this next clip, we're going to have a look at the video Stephanie uploaded to her TikTok page that has created a lot of controversy and a lot of concern for her baby.
They really aren't too hungry in the morning, so we're just gonna do some Honey Nut Cheerios and some strawberries for breakfast. What's up, babe? What's up, baby?
I was gonna tell you what I'm having for breakfast. And then for lunch, I'm gonna have salad.
We can't pack anything that's temperature controlled yet, Taylor, until I can get the stuff out of the storage unit. So it can't be anything that has to stay cold. That's why we were only doing the peanut butter and jelly. And then
You smacked my ball with that.
I promise you the strawberries will not keep in there. They'll get all weird and mushy. But we're gonna cut most of them up for breakfast anyways.
Okay.
It has barley and milk in it.
I have my go.
Listen, I don't agree with Stephanie like having her kids on the internet like that. I know that some kids like to be on the internet. Like, what kid doesn't want to be a YouTube star right now, right? Like, my baby dolls, they always want to be on camera. They want to do a vlog. They want their own YouTube channel. They want to be just like me and be a YouTuber. They're my biggest fan. And I love that. I think that's so sweet. But you will not see them on my channel. They've been on my channel in the past, but as soon as I started gaining momentum and getting a lot of followers, well, you know what I mean? Like, girl, we're getting there. Like, y'all, we are building a community. Thank you for subscribing. But as soon as I started to get a little momentum, we talked about it. We decided we didn't want to put the girls online. We didn't want their faces out there because there are too many weird, creepy people out there. So I don't agree with the fact that Stephanie does that. But I have to say this. Normally, I cover Ash Trevino, and we're getting away from that, and we're exploring other people on the internet, right? Other stories, other things that don't involve that other person. And I have to say, there's one thing about Stephanie that I have noticed. She's going to feed those kids. Look, those stupid texts and bullshit she puts on the screen, like the afterthoughts, like, I wish she would stop fucking doing that because nobody's reading that shit. If you're reading it, let me know in the comments below. I don't really know. I'm not reading that. But I have to say, she feeds the kids. So that's one thing she is doing right. I do like the fact that she makes sure the kids have good breakfast. She could have just gave them fucking Cheerios and a paper plate and called it a day. But no, she made them cereal. She made strawberries and honey. And I feel like that's the one controllable Stephanie feels like that she has the ability to like be consistent with is making them food and snacks and things like that. So I have to give props to her for doing that. I mean, I don't agree with a lot of stuff, and you're going to hear me, you know, give my thoughts and opinions on her. But when it comes to feeding those babies, I'm sorry, she does a good job. But in the beginning of the clip where she's like, you know, wiping her face off in the bathroom and whatever with the baby, that's the part that has sparked a lot of controversy in this video or mini vlog or whatever the hell it's called on TikTok. I don't really know. But a lot of netizens started to see that the baby had like a lazy eye or cross-eyed or whatever. And they're basically just concerned for the child. A lot of people are passing judgment on her as well because, I mean, it's the internet. That's what people do. And I understand that people are concerned for the kids. I would be concerned for the kids too. But to come online and, I don't know, make fun of the baby for like, the baby can't help it. And the fact that people are actually like doing that is weird, creepy, and gross. And in this next clip, you're going to see how weird, creepy, and gross people really are, because apparently some people have messaged or commented to Stephanie that they would take the kid to the doctor's office, which is kind of weird. Like, I understand that your sentiment is like, girl, go get your kid taken care of, blah, 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 blah. But like, saying that like you'll come take the kid to the doctor is really weird and creepy. Like, that's like, girl, like, rethink that shit before you hit send.
I've recorded this quite a few times, and actually not in the bathroom the first couple of times, but that's okay. But I just feel like it just keeps coming off a little more disrespectful than I wanted to, and I'm really not about that. I'm really not trying to step on any toes when I say this, but respectfully, it's none of your business what's going on with my kids and their medical stuff. I really don't get why everybody keeps prying at that, okay? I am well aware that my 7-month-old's eye crosses, and she will get the medical treatment she needs for that. Will all of you guys be updated on that? No, because it's none of your business. I have respect for content creators who do choose to share their children's medical journeys, whether it be for awareness or just because that's what they feel comfortable doing so. However, I personally feel like that kind of HIPAA. That's all I'm going to say. And I feel like until my child is old enough to have consent and knowledge of me sharing all of this information, I don't feel comfortable doing so. That's me personally. Again, I'm really not trying to step on anybody's toes. I follow a lot of content creators who do share medical journeys with about their kids, and I'm not gonna support you any less, because I'm not the type of person who judges another person's life. That's their choices. They're doing what they're doing for their reasons. How the fuck would I know what they're doing for? Really felt like I needed to address this because people just you get out of line when you keep prying. Like, one person went so far as to tell me like she would take my kids to the appointments herself. A stranger online was like, I'll make sure your kids get to the doctor. Excuse me? You guys are wild. And y'all tell me I'm the one who's nutty. Hush, please, because this is crazy to me.
Okay, I think the niceness stopped with my last commentary. What the fuck are you talking about, HIPAA? Are you kidding me? You're talking about the fact that you don't want to share the medical information or the medical journey of your children because of HIPAA, and the fact that you want them to be old enough to make those decisions before you put it on the internet. Well, what about the fact that you put their living conditions on the internet? What about the fact that you show their sweet little faces on the internet? Did you ask their permission? They're not old enough to give consent, Stephanie, if you didn't know. Like, that is so fucking stupid that you're going to sit there and basically be a hypocrite in your own life, in your own content that you're putting out onto the internet. If you don't want to share the medical information, if you don't want to share the medical journey, that's fucking fine. Then say that. But don't sit there and try to hide behind HIPAA. And girl, that's not even what HIPAA means. Like, what are you talking about? HIPAA would be if like a medical professional shared your child's information with someone they weren't supposed to. Like, are you trying to say the fact that you're not your child, that you can't share their medical information? I mean, I guess, but listen, if you're going to do that, then stop fucking putting your kids on the internet. Instead of putting up all those weird fucking typed messages over your videos, put a fucking blurring sticker or a blurring filter over those kids' faces. If you don't know how to do that, maybe call Michaela Noguera, because apparently she's really good at putting filters on her face. In this next clip, Stephanie has to move out of her motel house every 28 days because, well, I don't really know why. There's some kind of like weird law or city ordinance or county ordinance or something like that. I don't really know. But anyway, they have to move out every 28 days. And this is Stephanie telling us about that move because it happened just a few days ago.
So if you've been following us for a while, you know we have to go to a different motel for one night every 28 days. And it's that time again. Last night I was all enthusiastic. I was going to film the whole thing. Maybe even pop up on live to just how you guys pack up with me and whatever. But I'm going to be real with you. This whole process just depletes me every time. Like, what the? Yeah, but on the plus side, they're a pretty decent room this time, so it's actually, dare I say, nicer than the one we're staying in. I always just feel like I cannot stay clean enough during this process. I think it's just my anxiety trying to be like, staying clean will help you feel better. I mean, the carpet's kind of dirty, but like, this place is actually bigger than the spot that we have, that we're staying in. I kind of, like, what? Look at this. So while we were packing up, I quickly made some, well, I was trying to make some monster cookies and my butt forgot the freaking peanut butter. So they're going to be chocolate chip oatmeal cookies, I guess. And I wanted to try to make them something that just kind of felt familiar for this process again. Yep, grilled air fryer. I mean, it smells like it's gonna be promising. Mind you, I didn't measure anything. I just went with my heart on this. I mean, they don't look half bad, but we'll have to see how they taste.
Just dip it and strip it, and you'll be grilling in no time. We tore off this $100,000 car faster than you can say.
Look, I'm gonna try to be nice in this clip. She's feeding the fucking kids. I love that. I love the fact that, you know, she's trying to make it feel like normal to them and like make them cookies and shit. Like, I don't fully understand why they live in a hotel or like what's the issue with them, because she's got a lot of followers on TikTok and it looks like her videos get a lot of views. So where's all the money going? I guess that's my confusion. Like, I understand the credit and all that stuff, and social media is not a reliable income. Like, I get that. Like, trust me, I get that. I'm in the partner program in YouTube, and some months are way better than other months. And it just depends on how many people watch your video. If people watch the videos all the way through, like, listen, I understand that. But when you look at the amount of views that she's getting on these videos, she's got to be pulling in a pretty good check. So, or maybe, I don't know. Maybe you guys can let me know. Are they like putting money away to buy a house or to buy a condo, like a down payment or something. I don't know. What are they doing with all their money? Like, that's really weird to me. But I do like the fact that she's making the kids food. Like, look, I'm real big on making sure, like, nobody's hungry. Like, when it comes to babies, you better fucking feed those babies. I do not care. And the fact that she's doing that, I do like that she's doing that. I don't agree with everything else. I don't agree with the fact that those kids are sleeping on the floor. I don't agree with the fact that back in the day, they were sleeping in the fucking kitchen and bunk beds. And the fact that her and Drew had a bedroom and they didn't. Like, put those fucking kids in the bedroom, put them in the living room, make it look like a bedroom, like put some fucking dividers or something up and you sleep in the fucking kitchen. Like, I don't like that. Like, that aspect of her life, I don't like and I don't agree with. And she puts it on the internet. So, people are going to say things about it. But what we're not going to do is talk about babies and they're cross-eyed. Like, if you're saying shit like that, you're fucking weird. Anyway. That hotel room didn't look bad. Like, how many kids does she have? She's got like 4 or 5 kids. Is it like 4 kids and then her and Drew? 4, 5, 6. And is it? Wait, what? Does she have 4 kids? Wait, hold on. Let's work through this together. So Drew has the son. Is the son still with him? Let me know in the comments below. I don't know. So if they have the son, that's 1. And then Stephanie has the 2 kids with the other man, right? So that's 3. And then they have the toddler and then the baby. So that's 5. That's 5 kids, right? So 5 plus 2 adults is 7. There's 7 fucking kids living in a hotel room. Oh my God. Look, I don't know what the other hotel room looks like, to be honest. Like, I haven't watched those videos. I don't really know. But like 7 kids in that hotel room? Where are they sleeping? Okay, so are all the kids in the bed? Okay, now I have questions. Are all the kids in the floor? Are they in the bed? Are they sleeping on the stoop, like by the door? Like, what the fuck? Like, where are they sleeping? I don't get it. That's weird. Explain to me. Give me the lore. Tell me in the comments below. Like, what the fuck? Where's all their money going? Like, I want to see some bank statements. I'm concerned. And apparently in this next clip, Stephanie's concerned too because she didn't want to bring her crib to a hotel room. Like, I guess I get that. But anyway, she buys this thing that she's very proud of for her baby to sleep in. And Stephanie got some backlash for this. And I can kind of understand why.
The girl has outgrown her bassinet and that thing is in not the best condition anymore from us having to move it back and forth from the whole motel situation. So I don't give a fuck what your opinion is on this one because I know what's best for my situation. Bought her some kind of bed for while we're here in the motel. This whole little thing's gonna fit in here. Mom arms giving, bro. Anyways, I am bouncing y'all around. Yo, this one's gonna pop out so much. Look how vacuum sealed this is. I can't even get it out. Do y'all see this? I'm gonna have to get a different angle because that's gonna be too satisfying. Hold on. Clean this up a little bit. Your sandwich bed is here, my dear. Aw, Mama, look at your little sandwich. You want to lay in your sandwich? Bye, Mama. Got one so low to the ground. Because she's a climber. And now, all she's got to do is climb right on out. She got this. Here for a lot longer than you would anticipate. Doesn't mean that that's not still the most practical move. You feel me? A crib in here wouldn't be practical. Vacuum sealing is insane. Like what?
So the kids being on the floor, I don't like that shit. Like you need to like have those kids in a bed. Like get the metal, like, you know what I mean, the protectors that go on the end of the bed so the babies don't fall out. I don't know, man. Put the fucking crib in the hotel room. Like, what the fuck? I don't know. Like, putting the baby in the floor is not a good idea. So, first of all, if everybody's sleeping and the baby's awake and the baby's like, oh, like, I'm going to go explore. And maybe the baby crawls out of the little sandwich bed that you made for it on the floor and it crawls into the bathroom and like goes head first into the toilet or something. Like, come on, lady, we got to think about stuff a little further. But apparently people on the internet don't agree with her. She got a lot of backlash about this. This literally just happened like a day or two ago. And people are not happy about it. I get it. There's concerns, but I don't know. What would you do in that situation if you had 5 kids and you're in a hotel? Like, listen, I know a lot of people, especially in Central Florida, they live in extended stays. I don't know the situation or the sleeping arrangements or how they divide the space that they're in. I don't know how they do that, but as long as you are providing a bed for your children and you are feeding your kids, and you're making the best of the situation, we can't really pass a whole lot of judgment. However, when you're on TikTok making as much money as we all know the Resilient Jenkins is making, it really makes me question a lot of things. Hopefully they're saving up for a house or a condo or something like that. I don't really know. We're going to keep following this story if you want me to. In this next clip, Stephanie's taking some time to herself to go have a medical procedure or something like that done. And just like with everything else, she's taking us along with her.
It's Tuesday morning. I finally get to get this thing freaking removed today. I'm so excited. But let's get the kids ready for school, and then y'all judge me all the time for wearing Drew's clothes, but why is men's clothes gotta be that much more comfortable? Tell me that. I didn't sign up for the fucking tummy control pants all the time. I like low rise stuff, okay? Anyways, making some freaking breakfast. I don't got the best lighting, but like, do you see this thing? You know what I'm saying? Can you see that? She's gotta go. I bought that thing for like, I think it's 2018. Now y'all asking me like, what's gonna change? Like, this kind of stuff, because, okay, I'm a little shaky. I'm shaking in my boots. But seriously, like, I've not left Manova like this, and I feel like I'm leaving a limb when I leave my babies. But I really don't want to have to be like trying to take, I gotta put the seat all the way up, laugh at me, but I can't see squat. I don't want to be trying to help or deal with a fussy baby that she's like zero. She's okay if she can't see me, but if she can see mama, she needs to be in my arms. And I'm trying to get this freaking cyst out of my head, so I don't think that's going to be very easy if I'm holding a fussy baby. You feel me? So she's going to stay with Drew, and I'm nervous, but we're going to get through this. But also, I feel like a sense of like, oof, mama's in the car by herself. Let's get it. I'm going to listen to some music and get going. Alright, that's done. A little bloody in the head, but that's okay. I don't know. I feel a sense of relief knowing that thing's...
Is part of Stephanie's thing to like rage bait you? Is that what she's doing to her audience? Because a lot of times she's like, oh, I don't care what you say, blah, blah, blah. And then she comes on the internet and starts explaining the things that she does. I don't know. It's a really weird dynamic. It's not my kind of content. It's not something I would consume. Why do you guys like watching her? Is it just because she's rage baiting you? Is that what it is? Is she like Ashley Trevino, where it's like a train wreck and you can't help but watch it? I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. That's going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. And if you want to stay up to date on all things internet drama, make sure you like and subscribe. Until next time,